Hello. How's everyone doing today? Let's see, today's Saturday morning. We're really close to Christmas. I'm Dee, coming to you live from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Hey, I'm Hillary, also live from Chattanooga.
And she is my youngest daughter. Hello, Paula. Thank you for joining us. Hillary's my youngest daughter, and she has a side business, Sweet Hills Cakes and Bakes.
Bakes and cakes.
Bakes and cakes. I get it wrong. So tell us what you make.
So typically I do, your basic baking, cakes and cupcakes and all those things, but it's super fun to do some healthy alternatives and figure out better ways, and you get to have fun with delicious desserts and have less guilt with it too. So we like to do it both ways. Low carb, high carb, low fat, high fat.
Gluten-free.
But today we're doing low carb.
Yep.
Brownies coming at you.
That's right, low carb brownies. And she's got, because of her baking business, she's got some black cocoa powder that you can order on Amazon that she's going to be putting in with it. That there's also, what's this?
Yeah, so Hershey's has a special dark cocoa powder, which would be a really great alternative, something that you can find in your local grocery store. A little bit cheaper, and it's going to be very similar flavor for you.
That's right. So with this recipe, guys, if you share it out, if I get 10 shares in 24 hours, I'm going to do a drawing giveaway, and I appreciate your love. So show Hillary and I some love and share this video out. And if you want to be part of the group where there's all sorts of low-carb recipes, keto-friendly recipes, then put group in the comments. And if you're catching us live, put a 1 in the comments. And if you're catching us on the replay, put a 2 in the comments. All right? Thank you so much for the hearts. I love the hearts. So Hillary's going to get started mixing up the brownies. So what do we need to do first?
All right, so what we're going to do is just start out with some softened butter. So we got this. I went ahead and cubed it up for you. And then we've also got some dark chocolate. So this is actually 85% dark. This is what I use. It's Lindt Excellence 85% cocoa. You can use various things. You just want to go for a good dark chocolate. So what we're going to do is mix those together. I've got the butter and the chocolate together, and we're going to stick that in the microwave for 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Got it.
So when that comes out, the butter melts the chocolate and mixes really well with the oils, and you can stir it together, and it'll be ready to go for our next step. So after that, we're going to mix our dry ingredients. So we already mentioned this this cocoa powder. It's really bright, sorry. That's a black cocoa powder. You can use that Hershey's Special Dark like I mentioned. I recommend that over the regular. This is not going to be quite dark enough for you. There's a better one out there. If you don't have it, whatever works. So we're going to mix in a 1/4 cup of that into a mixing bowl. We're next going to mix in some almond flour. So we use this Blue Diamond brand. You can buy it at Sam's Club. And this, yep, we're going to stir that together. Yep. Okay. You can buy this at Sam's. You can buy it at Walmart. You can buy it wherever. The big bag like this is your best deal at like a wholesale Sam's, Costco, etc. So we're going to mix in a 1/2 cup of that with our cocoa powder.
And guys, I'm stirring in the butter and the chocolate.
Just going to give that a good stir until it's all melted together. So next we're going to mix in our sugar, which, as it's keto friendly, we're not going to use regular sugar. So we have got this monk fruit sweetener, really good. We'll say the one thing about it is that it has a bit of a, cold?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a chill.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of chill to it. So one of the things that she has recommended, we're going to throw that in with our dry, is mixing in just a tiny bit of this
liquid stevia.
Liquid stevia. So this is a chocolate flavor because brownies, and that cuts the cold a little bit. So you don't get a weird texture or weird sensation when you eat it.
Yeah, it
so
takes
just a drop of this.
Just a little bit.
Is that good?
A little bit more. Perfect.
All right, so that's about 2 solid squirts.
Yeah.
So then we're gonna mix together these dry ingredients. So I've got a whisk here. You just want to get those really nice incorporated.
Hey Susan, thanks for joining us. We're making low carb, keto friendly brownies.
Looks like that's good to go.
With a real baker. So this is my youngest daughter, guys.
Everyone is a real baker. Anybody can do this. So the next thing we're gonna do, we've got our dry ingredients mixed together. She has got our chocolate and our fat, which is the butter, mixed together. The next thing we're gonna, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot the baking powder. We're gonna need a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder.
Is that it?
Mix in there with that, with our dry.
Hey, Jeanette. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Jeanette. Good to see you on there. Okay, so now our dry stuff is mixed together with our little tiny bit of stevia liquid in there with it. So the next thing we're gonna do is pull out the mixer. We are gonna take 3 eggs. This is gonna get a little bit loud, so I apologize.
And guys, if you don't have a mixer like this, you can use a hand mixer.
You can use a hand mixer. The point is to get the eggs frothy. That's gonna give you some really good
consistency.
Yeah, rise, I guess. It's gonna give you some good rise, some good fudginess in the brownies, as long as you get some nice frothy eggs.
Thank you, Jeanette.
Thanks,
we think you're cute too.
So yeah, we're gonna start with 3 eggs. Pop them in here. You're gonna turn on your mixer, if you've got one, to like a medium high, and you're just gonna let these mix until they've got a nice froth. Honestly, the longer you do it, the better fudginess you're gonna get in your brownies, so not too much of an issue there. Sometimes eggs like to be difficult. And can be easily, sorry, my dog's back here, can be easily overmixed or undermixed, but these, when I go at it.
And guys, while she's mixing that, if you can't see what we're doing, slap the comments to the side and you can see. But also tell us while we're mixing that. Hey, is that Adriana?
Yep.
Thanks for joining us. I'm sorry, the camera's a little bit distant, so I'm kind of blind. But tell us if you're ready for Christmas. Drop us some Christmas trees in the comments if you are completely ready for Christmas. If you're not completely ready for Christmas, drop us a melted snowman.
Yeah, I've got the melted snowman in there. I'm not completely ready. I'm close.
I'm about 90% ready, not 100%. And guys, while we're doing this, we also have on the pan over here, we've got some semi-sweet chocolate. There you go, so you can see it. Sweetened with stevia, so it's low carb, with just about a tablespoon of coconut oil. And we're going to drizzle that over the brownies once we're done, okay?
So one thing I can talk to you about while we're waiting on this to mix, we've got several different options. So, you know, typically you make brownies, you're going to use a pan. Yeah, dishes. I hear you though. She said if you crack your eggs in the bowl, it prevents eggshells in the batter.
Yeah.
I bake all the time. I'm used to being able to watch for it, but yes, I agree. That is a good helpful tip. So anyway, brownie bowls or brownie containers, pans, whatever. You have lots of options for. What we decided to do is use little miniature. These are miniature bundt pans, because she has way too many choices.
I did.
You can also use a ramekin. You can use
Okay, thank you.
You can use this kind of thing. You can use a mini muffin pan. You can use a brownie pan. The only thing that's going to change is how long it bakes for. So that's all you need to know. So our eggs are looking really good. They're starting to get frothy. And you guys know what that means. You see like some bubbles coming up and that kind of thing. So what we're going to do is add in some vanilla extract. I'm going to add in half a teaspoon. Yep.
Paula, you're 75% done with Christmas shopping. We're about, I think I'm about 90%, so we're getting there.
Okay, our vanilla's in there, and now we're going to mix in our chocolate butter mixture.
Just pour it in.
Just pour it in. And after that, we're going to slowly mix in our dry ingredients. And all you're looking for is like a brownie-like consistency. This is going to look more fudgy than a typical, full floury brownie.
Hey, Debbie. Hey, let's see, Paula. Not concentrating on this. Where's she go? Oh. Hey, Blanca. How are y'all? Thanks for joining us. The camera's a little far off, guys, so I'm having a hard time reading it, so please forgive me. There we go.
Okay. So this is just about mixed all together. I'm about to turn it off and then mix it with a spatula a little bit more before we put it in our pan. We're almost done, guys. It's so easy.
And guys, while she was making that, on the side, I was making ice cream.
So I'm going to take a spatula. Not all of the dry ingredients are incorporated yet, so I'm just going to take a spatula, which I had. Where'd it go?
Oh, no,
Oh, you stole it.
Sorry. Here's another one. Or do you want the smaller one? There you go.
So I'm just going to take this. I'm going to scrape the sides. Not sure what y'all can see, but there's a lot of dry stuff still on the sides. You should always want to, this is what goes with anything, honestly. Anything you're mixing together, regardless of the keto, you want to make sure you're scraping down the sides and getting everything incorporated.
And guys, so we made the ice cream out of sweet vanilla, vanilla sky, I should say, and then sweet cream, and some heavy whipping cream, and a little bit of ice. So we've got that to go with our brownies.
So we also added in some chocolate chips.
Yep.
So where did your semi-sweet ones go? Oh, we're open.
They're done. They're used. So
I'm just gonna add a handful of chocolate chips into these. And again, if you're just joining us, this is the what's this brand called? Believe.
yeah, and you can use any kind of chocolate chip you want. Lily's chocolate chip is really good, and that's what I generally use. But I didn't have any today, so you make do. Hey Rachel, thanks for joining us.
All right.
So
This is looking great. What I'm gonna do, because we are using this small, it's about the same size as a miniature muffin pan.
did you show me this one?
Oh yeah, this is also an option. It's like a mini loaf pan. We've got, hey Rachel, and hey Michelle. So since we're using this, the baker in me can't make it look messy. So I'm using a piping bag to get it in there neatly. You can use, I did not spray it yet, thank you. You can use a spatula and just slap it in there, whatever you want to do. Or you can use a Ziploc bag and cut off the end and make your own little piping bag out of it. Lots of options. But yeah, so I'm just gonna mix this in there. I didn't put a tip in there, I'm just gonna cut off a little hole at the bottom. I'm not putting all of this in there because there's a bit too much. But if you do use a piping bag, this is a helpful tip for you. Use a cup, put your piping bag over it. Easy way to fill the bag. And then just pull it back over itself and you're good to go. So I'm gonna cut a hole and then fill this pan.
Where did we do it this?
They were out. I saw in a second.
We lost the scissors,
There we go.
guys. Oh, we found them.
So since I know I have chocolate chips in there, I'm gonna mix a little bit. It does for a regular size muffin pan. This would be a little bit, well, maybe a miniature scooper. Yeah, I could see that. So whatever you need to do to make it work, like I said, I'm a little OCD about...
She has great presentation on her cakes.
Everything has to look precise, so that's obviously not the case for most people. I'm just a bit of a perfectionist. So all I'm doing is just piping little bits. I filled this pretty much to the top and they really didn't rise a whole lot. So I wouldn't worry about filling it halfway like you might do for a typical cupcake. It really didn't seem to be too much of an issue with these.
Nope. Hey Mark, how are you feeling? Hey Michelle. Yes, her cakes always look amazing.
Thank you.
Hey Angie, thanks for joining us. Guys, we are making low-carb, keto-friendly chocolate brownies with a chocolate syrup and a peppermint ice cream. So we've got the peppermint ice cream over in the ice cream maker. And
did you mention the extract on the peppermint?
No.
So be careful if you want to do an extract. I just found this out. You don't want to put it in at the beginning. You have to put it in at the very end, or it'll seize your melt your ice cream.
It'll melt it. Your ice cream won't set up if you put it in at the beginning.
I had no idea.
You have to put it in at the very end.
So fun fact. Also be really careful how much you use. If you're not familiar with extracts, I learned that on Food Network. Watching cooking shows and baking shows, people will over extract things and end up with really harsh flavors. So you just need, for most things, you just need a tiny bit. Most people assume that it's the same as vanilla, and generally speaking, that's not the case.
No, it doesn't take a lot, but it is delicious.
So, okay. So
hey,
this is
Selena.
full. This is full. We were gonna stick this in the oven. I forgot to tell you at the beginning, the oven's at 350, ready for us. We're just gonna stick this in 10-ish minutes for this. I'm just keeping an eye on it. You wanna take it out when it's still a tiny bit of brownie mix on coming out on the toothpick, because that's you're gonna get your most like fudgy texture and stuff that way. So I'm sticking this in.
And guys,
go ahead.
Hillary is putting those in, and while she's putting those in, she's already mentioned that pan. We've got this pan that she mentioned, and then we also made it in individual ramekins. So you're gonna vary your baking time on what pan you use. It's really up to you.
Yeah. The little ramekins probably took 5 minutes longer.
Yeah.
A
little bit thicker.
Yeah.
So,
they just take up more space. So just keep an eye on them.
Of course, if you guys know me and you watch my lives, you know that we're generally got something else already made up. So here is our ice cream. It is our peppermint ice cream. And then this is the brownie out of the ramekin. And this is the bundt size brownie without the chocolate drizzle. And then this is the bundt size brownie with the chocolate drizzle. So you have all sorts to choose from.
You have an ice cream scooper?
I think over there. Check over there.
Here you go.
All right. Can't read that. So
Emulsions. I'm not sure what that is.
you just scoop your ice cream out, guys. And put it on here. Just going to put a little bit more because Hillary and I are going to share this, because we will be eating this in a second. And then you get your chocolate drizzle, and it will obviously melt the ice cream a little bit. But you just take your chocolate and you just drizzle over, and you are ready to go. There we go, guys. It's that simple to make low-carb, keto-friendly brownies. Looks delicious. Thank you, Pam. So that's what it looks like. And again, guys,
take a bite of this.
Absolutely. Let's take one.
All right.
If you want to be part of the group, please put, where's your spoon? Please put group in the comments and I'll get you added. If you want to look Hillary up on Facebook, it's Sweet Hills Bakes and Cakes. For regular, gluten-free, low-carb, whatever dessert you want. And then if you want any information on my journey and what I do to have lost 52 pounds, please put journey in the comments. Thanks, guys, so much. We're going to take a bite.
This looks so good. Oh, I got too big of a bite. Hold on. There we go.
Oh, my God.
That is delicious. Love it.
All right, guys.
Peppermint was a great idea.
So,
good combination for Christmas.
If you want a sweet, I'll put the comments and the directions in a link above the video after I get it posted. So it'll be there for anybody that's part of that group. If you click on it, you'll go straight to the recipe, okay?
It's good stuff, guys. You should definitely try it out. If your family's wanting you to bring a dessert to Christmas, this is a great one.
Absolutely.
So,
thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Y'all have a Merry Christmas.
Have a great day.